Hello everyone, Sage here, back with another video. This one's going to be talking about how to deal with ROMs better. So in my first video, I kind of was just going through all the ROMs, right? And trying to make one long timeline, right? Well, we're going to do something a little bit different this time. This is a lot easier of a way. And this was, some of them were in the guide, the others was from Dean on how to handle a lot of these. So let's say you have your character here. And this is another point I want to talk on as well, because there are morphs for, let's say, Golden Palace, and then there are morphs for the actual character, as you can tell. So, um, it is better to actually break these up into a lot smaller ones and then add them when you already scrubbed and got them all. For example, let's say we're going to go with this one right here, and then number 2 we're going to have this one instead, and then bam, that's going to be our ROM, right? Granted, I'm probably going to end up doing all of these, but this is just an example. And then you scrub it. Okay, it looks good, and um, you save it as a preset, which I'm about to go into detail as well, because I made a boo-boo, so I figured I'd try to save someone else a headache, right? So, that being said, when you go to File, Save As, Property Preset, um, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna back out anyways, but you can name it whatever you see. You can see how I have mine named, and that's to let me know which needs to be selected when I add the ROM. So I put Genesis 9 needs to be selected right here. When I get to the Golden Palace, I'll put, GP needs to be selected. That's just to give me an idea, because they need to be in the ROMs of whatever uh, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? You can do it. You can do it. Model or asset. Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and just save this. Now what you want to do is, you don't want to save it as this, because you have other stuff, right? So you have the body type of Sylvia here, right? Which is the model that I'm using. So you don't want to actually do that. What you want to do instead is just select. I'm going to unselect this. Everything's unselected. And I'm going to go down to where it's at, which is actors, then hips, then Golden Palace, like this. And you can even go even further and just select which ones you're doing. Like this one is just for the El Clitoro, right? So you could actually just undo all these and just pick that one. I've been combining, depending on how many I use, 1 to 3. Like I used 1 for this one, I used 3 for this one, and I did like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 for this one, or 10 for this one, I forget. But so I just combined all 3 of those, because it's not that many, and you can just go through and make sure they're all right. So that would just make it a lot easier. Than you want to make sure that the materials is also not selected, because we're not going to be using those materials, and this keeps it from being the body shape and stuff, and focuses only on what you're actually trying to create a morph for when you take it into Houdini and ultimately into Unreal Engine. It just makes it a lot easier. The other thing that I came across that was needed, or I found out, a tip by Dean told me about it. Let me find one. Right here. Perfect example. You see how this is set at 0, but it can go either this way or that way? So you'll want to set it like this, and then on the next one, you want to set it all the way over, like so. Hold on. Got to make sure it's correct. And when you go into Houdini, you're going to have to be naming these like lefts or rights or whatnot. So keep that in mind, because when you take all these to Houdini, you're going to have to start naming them. But that being said, this is the way that you can get both sides of this morph imported into Houdini. Anyways, hope you found this helpful. Now, before I sign off, once you have everything done, it's like, okay, cool. I got like, let's say 7 or 8 different presets, right? So let's go ahead and see if I can't just back up to where there's just like nothing here. There we Once you have all those presets done, you can just add them all together. For example, let me go into ROMs and I'll click. I don't think that's the one I need. ROMs, female ROMs. Maybe it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so you can go ahead and just select that, and it'll be added. And then after that, you can just add the next one, and I'll show you how it just continuously adds, because you don't want to rewrite any of them over either. In the meantime, I'm gonna have this right here so YouTube doesn't hate me forever. Maybe only hates me for a couple days. All right. So we have these right here, all the way to 20. Now, at 20, you want to just go to the next one, and then you can just click that. Do you want to add the frames? You just click yes. And it will add the frames that I did for the next one. And then you'll have all your frames organized, and you know they're good before you transport them over into Houdini. That's the main reason why you're breaking it down, because if there is an error, you're not searching for a long time. So now we have all of our frames, and then you can just take it over to Houdini. There we go. There you have it. So hope you found this helpful. If you did, hit that like, bell notification, follow, subscribe, depending on what platform you're on. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.